Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the most valuable player of 2018, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs, as they take on the third-year man, Mitchell Trubisky, and the NFC North champion, Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
About 3 inches of the white stuff has fallen, and the prognosticators say still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Just about set to roll now from snowy Chicago. And off we go from Soldier Field. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes now in his 3rd season in the league, leading the Chiefs onto the field. And boy, when the Chiefs traded starting quarterback Alex Smith before 2018, a lot of people were wondering how good Patrick Mahomes could be, and he showed the entire league how good he could be, racking up over 5,000 yards and tied for 2nd most passing touchdowns in a season with 50 of them. And he was handed the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. And now the Chiefs offensive starters.
In 2018, the Chiefs were looking for help in their offensive line, and they received it from guard Andrew Wiley, a formerly undrafted free agent. He settled in as a mainstay at guard and mauled people on the offensive line. They expect big things out of him in 2019 and beyond.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Bears coming onto the field. There's quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. You know, Charles, a funny thing happened on the way to running Mitchell Trubisky out of town. He started playing well, and the Bears have started winning. You remember back less than a month ago, 17-7 loss in front of the national audience in L.A.
Yeah.
The scene of his head coach pulling him out of the game late. Some thought maybe this is the end for him. Since then, CD, the Bears 3-0.
And when he did pull him out of the game, remember it was announced that he had a hip injury that he'd been playing with, and very few people bought it. Most people thought he was pulling him out of the game because he wasn't playing very well. But you're right, 3-0 since then. Last two games, quarterback ratings of 118 and 115. The last-minute comeback against Detroit on Thanksgiving Day, or I should say the last couple of minutes, got that done, and then played awfully well against Dallas. And guess what? His running ability is back to the front as well. So look out for the Bears if Mitchell Trubisky continues to play that well.
Yeah, he had a rushing touchdown in the win over Dallas, in addition to 3 touchdown passes.
Check 53, watch the slant, watch the slant. Rush in.
Quick throw here, caught by Gabriel. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Let's go. 180. Number 53. Mike 53. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City Chiefs coming off their 4th consecutive AFC West title. They beat the New England Patriots in Week 14. And Charles, as they set up for this next drive, and again, they're celebrating that AFC West title. They've had some ups and downs this year, the injury to Patrick Mahomes, but they looked really good last week in that 23-16 victory.
And I think what's really moved well for Kansas City is how the defense has come along. Because mid-season, that was the #1 concern. You could run the ball in Kansas City. Could they stop you when it was crucial? Well, Chris Jones, their defensive tackle, has gotten healthy, and that's really shored up the run defense. They're getting a few other guys along the front. They have played well, and now they're blitzing, getting after people. And when you put that with Mahomes in the offense, this team playing with a lot of confidence, especially after going to Foxborough and taking out the Patriots.
And think about this now. They jump past the Texans into the #3 seed in the AFC for the time being. One more slip-up by the Patriots, and the Chiefs, they could be poised to move to the #2 seed and get the first-round bye. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Lesean Mccoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Travis Kelsey. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bears' 37-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. KC got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. As the Bears come back on the field here, CD gives us a chance to discuss their resurgence. They've won 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, as we talked about earlier, following the 31-24 win over the Cowboys on Thursday night in Week 14. And one thing's for sure, Bears fans are going to be rooting against the Vikings and against the Rams in these final 3 weeks.
No doubt about it. If you go back to last week, the win over Dallas on that Thursday night, think about their finishing schedule. They beat Dallas, leading the NFC East. They're going to Green Bay this week, currently leading the NFC North. Then they're home against Kansas City, leading the AFC West. And then they're at Minnesota, who's currently locked in as a wild card coming out of the NFC North. That is a heck of a finishing kick, but they have to win all of them in order to have a chance.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
You got nothing.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Check 53 is mine. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He'll find his tight end. That's Ben Braunecker. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
Damian Wilson on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
180. 54. Drop deep, drop deep. Check 9, check 9.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Chris Jones on the stop. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Get up. 180. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. That's complete to the tight end, Braunecker. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Play action. It's Trubisky rolling to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the 2 of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the Chiefs for their next possession. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Trubisky to throw. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, he's got some breathing room. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. The snow certainly making conditions difficult, and it's not likely to get better anytime soon, as we turn it right back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
First down, a run with Cohen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter, just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Check 53 is mine. Hey, pick your game up. Crunch.
And some strong running. And he's got some space here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check pass. Check pass.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On second down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now here's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Mahomes. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field.
Yellow, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Mahomes to throw once more. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Mahomes again. It's Kelsey on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Williams. And Williams is in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend there?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception of the first. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man, Tanner Gabriel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. That is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Trubisky on the move to his left. He made fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
Baby, let's go.
We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. We put our attention now on the Chiefs' defense. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again, and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a 1st down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you disputed a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
And you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Looking left sideline, incomplete. David Montgomery, the target out of the backfield, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
I got it. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here we go.
Throwing quickly, Mahomes gets this out to Watkins. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
I got him.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So a crucial 2-point conversion there, but that's just part one of this 2-part story that they need to happen here.
Yeah, they do need to do a few other things, don't they? They got the 2, as you noted. Now they've got to make sure they get the onside kick and hope to get into field goal range and maybe have one last miracle left.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's more than a 2-part story. It's a 3- or 4-part story. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And despite the cold, despite the snow, This one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out like the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Chicago.